I hope that you're having a good day on this earth. I return here once more to fill you with mirth. My good friend Thomas K. thinks it would be a great idea to beef up the Boss playlist with a little bit of If I Should Fall Behind, which I suppose isn't a very mirthy song, but when Thomas K. says jump, I say, K. Thomas. Okay, check it out. There would be easier ways to do this, but I'm going off the album version and I'm going to call it as I hear it. And what I hear is, to begin, a D chord with an epic backward strum, an EBS. And the last note you hear during that EBS is the low D string. So step one is put yourself into drop D. Your low E string is becoming your low D string. Step two, this is not the D voicing that we hear on the studio recording. The one that we hear is make a C chord, but instead of using fingers 1, 2, and 3, use fingers 2, 3, and 4. This is still a C chord, nothing's changed, just the fingers we're using. But now move it up 2 frets, 1 whole step, and put your pointer finger across as the bar, but not on the low D string, because we do want to hear that, of course, for our epic backwards strum. And then that motion that you hear is the ring finger coming off. And this is the only shape where you can do this, so this has to be it. And the other thing you hear is the pinky finger raising that D string up 1. So you can, do alternate. And there's a bunch of live versions. They're in the key of E, and the thing that you hear on those live versions is both the ring finger and the middle finger coming off. So that's nice, you can do that. But either way, it's 4 Ds, and then he starts singing. D's, then B minor, followed by G. When we do G, this is no longer our E string, so if we do G regular, it sounds like a disaster and a half. So leave your used to be E string out of it, and we're just playing 3/4 of the fingers that we used to make G. A2, B3, E3. Back to D. This D, go ahead and play this D. That would be great. You can take your pointer finger off for kind of the same effect, not exactly, but that doesn't matter all that much. Or you can take your middle finger off. That's the exact same change as suspended 2, but it's an octave higher. So that's totally fine. Okay, from the singing. 1, 2, ready, go. D. B minor, G, back to D, B minor, G, D. Alluding to the easier way, try the Stone Gossard trick where you capo everything but the low string, and then you can play a C chord and it's the right thing and everything, and it's much easier, right? B minor becomes A minor. The only thing wrong with this one is when we switch to G, it's got to be F, which is not right. It's the right chord. Everything about it is right except for the voicing. Have an earball session and go ahead and listen to the recording. It's definitely regular G voicing. We just, with this whole pesky thing with the low D string. But yeah, so that would be another way to do it. Capo 2 except for your low D string, and you're playing D, of course, becomes C, which it always has been. B minor becomes A minor, and G becomes F. Be another great way to do it. After 2 of those things comes the other thing, and the other thing is G. I'm going to play regular D here. The second line is interesting because it only has 3 measures. G, 2, 3, 4, B minor, 2, 3, 4, 3, 2, instead of 4. Third line, G, D, B minor, G, you go through another whole first thing. And then it repeats that line, B minor, G, D, over and over again. I suppose that line is the chorus. Awesome. Yeah, cool. So, you know, if you want to make it easier, don't put yourself in drop D and don't play this one. Just play the regular chords and that'll make it a whole ton easier. It's just up to you to decide how important that thing is and how important having the low D note in it is. It absolutely doesn't matter. You do it your way. Thank you for the great request, Thomas K. Everybody, thank you so much for being here. I will see you next time with more stuff. Goodbye. Oh, but I talked about the live versions in the key of E, and I didn't really show you anything about that. So for E, now, we're going to do our C shape, but 2 frets even higher than we had it in standard tuning, so we have a low E note, which is, of course, what we want in our key of E. And like I said, the ring and the middle finger come off. And then our B minor becomes C sharp minor, which is the same shape as B minor, but 2 frets even higher than that. And the middle finger comes off in the live versions I perused. And then our G is now A, and on the A, the ring finger comes off. Or you can just play E, that'd be great too. If you care to play along with the live versions, okay, that's it for real. Bye.